Today we're going to discuss multiplying fractions. Let's take a look at our helpful hint first. First, factor out the common factors. Use the correct rule for exponents to simplify the factors x and x cubed. Then multiply the remaining numerators and multiply the remaining denominators. Now let's work a problem. We have 8x over 15 times 25 over 12x cubed. I'm going to rewrite this where I'm multiplying the numerical parts separately from the variable parts. So I have 8 times 25x on the top, 15 times 12x cubed in the denominator. Now I'm going to work with the numerical part first. Factor 8 to 2 times 4, 25 to 5 times 5 times x, 15, 3 times 5, and 12, 2 times 6 times x cubed. Again, right now we're just working with the numerical part. So I factored the 8, the 25, and the 15 and the 12. Now I'm going to factor out common factors. A common factor of 5 and 5 here, so I'm going to divide out the 5s, divide out the 2s here. And I have 4 times 5 times x in the numerator. And I have 3 times 6 times x cubed in the denominator. It's very important after you do your first step of dividing out factors to check to make sure you divided out all the common factors. It saves a lot of time at the end of the problem having to reduce the problem. So I look and I notice that 4 and 6 still have a common factor, 2. So let's rewrite this problem. We're going to write 4 as 2 times 5 times x, and 3, we're going to rewrite 6 as 2 times 3 times x cubed. So we took our 4, we factored it to 2 times 2, we took our 6, we factored it to 2 times 3, because we still had a common factor of 2 left. Now we can divide out the common factor. We have 10x in the numerator and 9x cubed in the denominator. We check our numerical part. 10 and 9 is reduced to lowest terms because they don't have a common factor. Always check before you think your answer is finished. Now we have to work with our variable factor. Again, writing the 1 up here helps. We know that this is the quotient rule and we subtract. So we have our 10 in the numerator, 9 in the denominator, and 3 minus 1 is 2, since the larger variables in the denominator are x squares in the denominator, and our answer is 10 over 9x squared. So when you're multiplying fractions, multiply the numerators and the denominators. Before you multiply them, actually do the multiplication out, factor. Factor and factor out the common factors. Then take a moment and check to make sure you factored out all the common factors. Then be sure to use the correct rule of quotients on your variable parts. Try this on a few problems.